You're not behind, but you might think you are. If you feel behind right now, there's a high chance you're about to make a decision that silently ruins the next 5 years of your life.
Because feeling behind isn't the problem. What you do after that feeling appears is where almost everyone gets it wrong.
And if you miss this, no amount of motivation, hustle, or positive thinking will save you. But the most important part isn't what happened to you. It's what this feeling is actually trying to tell you.
Because feeling behind isn't the problem. What you do after that feeling appears is where almost everyone gets it wrong. And if you miss this, no amount of motivation, hustle, or positive thinking will save you. But the most important part isn't what happened to you. It's what this feeling is actually trying to tell you. You wake up tired, even after sleeping. You scroll through your phone and see people your age winning, new jobs, new cars, new relationships, and you quietly wonder, what went wrong with you? You had plans, you had potential, you were supposed to be further by now. Maybe you're broke but ambitious. Maybe you're lost in your 20s. Maybe you tried starting something and it failed, quietly, painfully, with no applause. You don't feel lazy, you feel stuck, like everyone else got a map and you didn't. And the worst part, you don't even know what you should be doing instead. But pay close attention to this, because this confusion isn't random. Here's the shift most people never make. Feeling behind is not a sign that you're losing. It's a signal that your old identity no longer fits. That's it. No hype, no motivation. You're not failing at life. You're outgrowing the version of you that once worked. And this realization changes everything, if you understand it correctly, because this mistake costs people years. They try to fix the feeling instead of listening to it. But here's what nobody tells you. Feeling behind shows up right before growth, not after it. And most people panic at this stage. They rush, they copy others, they chase fast money, fast success, fast validation, and that's where they disappear. Pay close attention to this part, because it explains why motivation alone never works. Feeling behind means you're still becoming, but becoming is uncomfortable, so you were not late. You were early in a process that requires patience, direction, and identity change. For example, think about anyone you admire. Real-life motivational stories you've heard, successful founders, creators, even people with a billionaire mindset. There was a phase where nothing made sense. No money, no clarity, no validation. That phase didn't look like success. It looked like confusion, consequence. People who misinterpret this phase quit too early. Or worse, they settle. They choose safety over alignment, busy over meaningful, short-term comfort over long-term growth. And they call it being realistic. But here's what nobody tells you. Realism without direction becomes regret. If you feel behind, it usually means one of three things. You're comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 12. You've outgrown your old goals, or you're avoiding the uncomfortable work that actually moves your life forward. And that last one is where it gets dangerous, because if you ignore this lesson, something subtle happens. You stop trusting yourself. You start numbing the discomfort instead of solving it. Endless scrolling, overthinking, waiting for motivation that never comes. Years pass quietly, and one day, the fear isn't feeling behind. It's realizing you stayed in the same place on purpose. This is how people lose their edge, not from failure, but from distraction. This is how potential dies. Slowly, comfortably, silently. And if that makes you uncomfortable, good. That discomfort is still trying to wake you up. Here's what changes everything, and this is where growth actually starts. You stop asking, why am I behind? And you start asking, who do I need to become next? Not tomorrow, not in 5 years, next. You simplify your focus. One skill, one direction, one decision you can repeat daily. No dramatic life overhaul, no fake hustle, just slow, permanent progress. This is the mindset shift behind real-life motivational videos, life-changing stories, and every meaningful success story you've ever respected. Not noise, not speed, direction. And once you lock that in, the anxiety fades. Not because life is easy, but because you finally know where you're going. And this is exactly why the next phase matters more than anything you've done so far. Because once you understand this, the rules change. And what happens next surprises almost everyone.